One of the first things that we've got to do whenever you hire us is we need to do an initial interview that captures everything that happened in your career. Now, the first thing you do with us is you always just fill out a discharge upgrade form or some kind of form that tells us what it is, that the basics of what happened while you were in. But once we get that, we use that to create a brief narrative that shows us what it is that we need to find out about your case so we can do a long-term case evaluation. And the thing that we do is the interview or the initial intake interview that's going to talk us through the 5 parts of your case. And the reason there's 5 parts of your case is because any board you go to, any investigative body, anything that you do in the military is going to have 5 basic questions that they need answered. That doesn't mean it's an individual question. It means it's a breakdown question that I'm going to go through with you piece by piece by piece. So the first thing that they always want to know is, why did you join the military? And so this is kind of a longer answer for some people, a little bit shorter for others, but sometimes you'll hear like, I wanted to serve my country, or 9/11, or something along those lines where it's like, this is where I'm a patriot. But there's other people that will say something along the lines of, hey, I needed money, I was in debt, I came from a poor background, whatever it may be. These are critical things to know because it's going to give the baseline for why you were there in the first place. The second thing and the second question that we ask is, what did you do while you were in the military? What are the wave tops, or the highlights of your time? So we're going to walk you through your entire career. What happened when you went through basic and AIT or your A school? Where'd you go next? What kind of things did you do? Did you go on deployment? What is it that was happening that were positive wave top types of things in your career? And we talk you through each piece of that. That's the other thing that any kind of board, investigative body is going to want to know. Third thing we ask is, what happened? In other words, when you were in the military or when you're in the military right now, what was it that happened that we're talking about? What is it that you need to be fixed as far as the legal issue? So I'll get the background of who the people were that started this commotion, what happened next, where there was a little back and forth, and why you got accused, and we're going to break down all of that piece by piece. And then the end of that is going to be, what is going on in the investigation now, or how did your career end? But all of those details are going to come out in the what happened part. The next thing that's going to come is we're going to talk about behavioral health issues. And it's going to look like, what kind of things have you been diagnosed with? If they were undiagnosed, what kind of symptoms came along with it? How is this connected to your investigation or your discharge? Did you have self-medication? Whatever it may be, we're going to get into all those medical and behavioral health issues because that is very likely going to help your case. And finally, last thing we're going to do is we're going to ask you what your goals are going forward. Tell us about what it is you want done here. What is it that you're trying to fix? And what can we do to fix it? So that's the 5-part interview, but it's critical because once we have all those details and we have that upgrade form or that form or intake form, we're going to be able to put that all together and give you a case evaluation that is going to lead you down the road of success.